Of Green Bay history were revealed today at the Neville Public Museum.
Two antique fire helmets, one of them dating back to the 1800s. Take a look. This one is called the Franklin III helmet. It's dated between 1860 and 1875. The other helmet is called the Truck III, dating back to 1927. These two helmets made possible thanks to generous donations. The Neville showing this unique photo of the very same helmets.
In this image, it shows the same helmets worn by the firefighters of Franklin III, the same font of the number, the same shape of the badge. So for the Franklin III, it's incredibly intriguing that we can connect the artifact with an image from Green Bay Fire Department history.
Today was a temporary display, but they hope to put together a permanent spot with the museum and quality in the near future.